Right, these gems you have here that you can get clothing with, if you want to collect all the clothing that have the gems, obviously there's credits and argents as well. These things kind of change around what they charge you for sometimes. So anyway, this is just for the gems. I'm just going to show you a quick way to get gems, so save you a bit of time. Now, you can pick them up in the temple places, you know, where you get these in various regions and that you'll find certain things that'll give you sort of 1 to 9 gems or 7 gems or something like that. But they take time to get in between. But this is just a quick way. If you go to a place that's got ocean ads like this, and then all you do is, you really want something like the outlaw, something that kills quick. You've got to be able to kill fairly quick. I mean, if you're killing really, really slow, you might be better to wait a little bit to kill stuff a bit quicker. We can kill quick, obviously, but it doesn't take long until these areas become really easy. So all you do is you just literally run down through here. It can be any place that's got ocean ads, on a beach kind of thing, because they will, you can hear them coming up behind us. So we just run through all this. So now you get these things come up, and if you collect these like that, you'll get 4 there. I didn't want that. 3 more there. 3 more there. And they just run back down the beach. Now obviously there's a lot of people around, they might steal them. I think they can take the ones that you, well, they can take the ones that you spawn up, so it's up to you. You can always wait around. You'll see these things will spawn as you're going back again, so you just run down, shoot them as you go. Keep picking these things. And this is just a really quick way to farm those gems. If you want to get those costumes. See, another one just popped up. And you could usually do sort of 4 or 5 groups. These things won't despawn that quick. Hear them dropping behind us as we go. Like I say, you can wait for them if you want. I just tend to run through. As long as, like I say, I mean, our players turned up now, but they don't always collect them. As long as you haven't got somebody who's following you collecting them, you should be able to do this pretty quick. And I mean, these things don't necessarily give you as much as some of the places you can find, but like I say, from the time it takes you to travel from to each pedestal or whatever it is that gives them to you, this is a very quick way. Right, Tower of Knowledge and Cathedral. There's sometimes these little things that you overlook, or if you're just starting out in the game, which can be a bit useful. When you do extensive research, or you use the tickets you get in your bag, the blue tickets, to get these things, if you get ones that you don't like, so I mean, to be honest, a lot of these aren't that useful. I mean, when you're starting out, they probably are, but a bit later on, they're not really. I mean, the horse is right. When you get the God one, it's quite good. But if you've got them clogging up and you just want to get rid of them, yes, you can go into a game and just use one, but you can also just right-click it and assemble the prototype. And you can do the same on the Cathedral as well. This one here, you can just well, you can't see it, but you can actually right-click on them. And I'll see if we can get one. There we are, we got one. You just right click on it and discard it if you don't want that particular one. It's just these little things. I mean, like I said, most of you will know this, but occasionally it gets overlooked, especially when you're starting out. Here's another one that sometimes gets overlooked, like when you're starting out. You're doing your daily directives and you'll see this will come up, something like Tormenta, and you don't have a hope in hell of doing it, or you can't get into a match, or you just don't have the stims, or you don't want to spend the stims. It says here you can skip the quest for 10 stims, or you do the adventure. Well, if you go back to the Alien page here, you can actually just decline it. So you just click decline and it'll go away, and then you'll get another set of missions. I mean, they'll stack up, but even if you haven't, if you can't do this one, you'll still get a mission even if you've got like a 0 there, so you should be alright for another set. Again, it's just if you can't get through it and you want to get rid of it, because this question comes up quite a lot with people asking how they're supposed to do it when they haven't got the stims, but that's how you do it. Okay, another tip. This is your trophy room, and you get these which give you might. If you're starting out, again, it'll be for more people who start out. People who actually play the game regularly will know this, that you will want to upgrade these because it gives you might, obviously, and when you first start you are going to be paying for these. The early ones aren't too bad. As they get a bit further in, they get really quite expensive. You'll see here they cost 20,000 or whatever to go up, which is a lot of victor's medals. Wait for a sale. They do have sales on these where they literally will cut the price 30%, 50% off these. So this will go from 20,000 to 10,000. So if you save up 20,000 and you're going to buy one, wait, you can get two. So you can double the amount of might you're picking up. Like I say, when you start out, you're going to need to buy some, obviously, because you want to get your might up. But a little bit into the game, just hold off if you can for those sales. They do come, I mean, they don't come around that regular, but I wouldn't like to put a time on them, but maybe a month, 2 months, something like that, they will turn up. And I mean, it's not going to gain you, it'll gain you a lot more if you can hold off on getting these when they're full price. So try and do that if you can. Now I've covered this in another video, but daily operations, which will pop up when you do your first mission of the day, that will pop up on you and tell you where you are. If you want to get up the scoreboard here, then what you really need to do is you go to Alien here, and then down here, adventure list, and you want to do that one on the right hand side there. This is priority mission. This will give you massive amounts of points for that mission if you can do it. Some of these missions you won't do. If you can't do the mission, if you wait 5 or 10 minutes or however long, this mission will change to another mission. So if you get one like, I don't know, Icy Plateau, which I always try and avoid, but if you get Icy Plateau, one, because it takes a long time, and two, it's hard. So if you can avoid, just leave it, like I say, come back to it in 5 or 10 minutes and it should have changed. But if you do these ones, especially if you do like the 5-man, 10-man, if you can do them in a group or solo, you'll get really big points for these, but you'll still get big points for the normal missions as well, depending on how hard it is. But that's the best way to get up that ladder on the daily operations, to put yourself right at the top. And I do know that on here before, you see that the top ones at the moment, they're only 100 to 300, but I've actually had 120,000 points, something like that, from doing Garoon on a priority mission before, and other ones as well. Let's have a look. I'll show you the ones. Yeah, so like I said, that one, not that one, not that one, that one. Any of these, if you can do any of these on priority when they pop up, obviously it's going to be very random what comes up, but these do come up. These are the most important ones because they will give you really big points in most cases. Depends what level you're on, but they will give you big points. And I think, I can't remember, I know that I don't know, I don't think these give you points if I remember, unless they've changed it. They change things around so often. But anyway, the main thing is go to Alien, down there, that mission there. And once you've done that one, come back here, do it. There'll be another one here, do that one. Just keep doing those if you want to get the daily operations and you want to get at the top to get these Argents. So if you started playing out the game and you made your character up and then you decide you don't like your character and you want to change it, here's a typical example. This character I've got here used to be a male character and I changed it. What you do is you come up here, this is the research centre where Flavius is.
Sometimes I think
run down here and on the right,
maybe these invasions are a good thing after all.
you speak with her.
Teacher, how...
So, would you like to change your appearance? Kindly remember...
So what you do
Great.
is...
Give me 1 sec.
and then you come to here and you can change your character.
But
You can
even
go
more
male, female,
terrifying,
and do whatever you like. I'm
been
not
a
going to bother
few
changing
before it.
mine. I just came in to show
then
you.
people were killed not by
And
monsters,
you
but
can
by other people.
also
Without a common enemy, we wouldn't have united. We
change your
wouldn't
name.
have built beautiful
But changing your
buildings
name,
on
I
the ruins of
think
Aneth.
it
Can another
costs...
kid really start in these days?
I think it costs 5,000
Look at the
Argents to change your
immortals.
name.
What are they doing? They brag in the Hall of Greatness. They shed blood in the training hall. Not real blood.
Although it's not
thanks to
saying it
Flavius.
now. Yeah, there it is. 5,000 Argents it'll cost you to change your name. So that's, you know, try and get that
Is it
right when
going
you
to be
start
like
the game.
this forever?
Who knows? Who knows?
When you change your
Gods can
name,
change the world. But who can change their own nature?
when you change your appearance, the first time you do it, I believe it's free. You can change it once. After that, you will need to use coupons, I think it is. Maybe they charge you as well, I'm not sure on that. I can show you in the bag. Nope. Yeah. Valuables there. If you go to your resources, if you've got any coupons, they're here. I've got 5 of them, so I could change stuff 5 times. Where you pick these up, kind of random really. I think you'll get one when you first start the game somewhere. When you've done the storyline or something like that, you'll get a coupon, so you'll be able to change. But I think the first change is actually free. After that, you'll just pick those up. They come in events, that kind of thing as well, occasionally. So. Right, another question I get asked quite frequently is what hall to pick when players get their first fragments from the avatars. Well, we'll start with that one. That one you get a book from the shop, about 8,000 Victor's Medals, I think. This one is great because it'll extend your... reduce the cost, sorry, of turning into a god. And it'll also increase your damage and your health when you're going into 5 and 10 man solo. And there's some extra damage and stuff like that. You'll have to read about it, but basically this is all about playing the game solo. And sometimes it's better just to turn into a god and go and do a mission on your own than try and do it in group. Sometimes in group you can't get through it, but if you do it solo, because you've got all these buffs, it'll help you just run it solo and it'll be a lot quicker. Right, and as far as these are the ones you need the avatar fragments for to unlock, and then you'll need the deeds to get through them. Now, it's subjective to which one you want to pick. Everybody's probably, you know, got their own idea. But I would always start with Halls of Authority. The reason I would start with this one is because it has Adepts will bring you more faith. 25% more faith there, 25% more faith there. So it's all right, very well, the other one's making your god really strong, but if you don't have the faith to turn into god, then it's pointless. So probably start with this one to get that faith. The other thing, you'll get all damage 20%, all damage 20% there, and when you get near the end here, cost of turning into a god in a party area is reduced by 20%, and cost of turning into god in group area reduced by 20%. And then you've got a few other ones, you'll have to read about those yourself. But those are very important, so you get more faith, more damage, and reduce the cost of turning into a god. So it's a win-win. You know, you'll have more faith and more reduced cost, so you'll be able to do more missions, thereby hopefully getting to your next haul a lot quicker. Now the next one, well, I would either go with Hunt or Defense. Hunt is mostly about damage. This will increase your fury damage. This will increase your God's Might damage. That one I'm not sure on. You can read it there. It's boosted by 10%. And there's various different things. But basically, a lot of this is geared to doing more damage, increased damage. So if you are struggling with your damage, then go with that one. If you're that's in God mode, of course. If you're struggling with your damage, not in God mode, you need more might. And Halls of Defense. This one's very good because of these here. this will increase your divine form. So if you're running out of time in your missions, then this is a good one to get. Durability of shields increased. This one again, based on defense. So if you're dying a lot, that's probably the one to go for. But like I say, I'd go with that one, definitely the first one, authority. Then I'd move to hunt or defense. Now if you're a PvP player, you might want halls of machines, because that'll increase your PvP stuff if you're sort of exclusively PvP, shall we say. And halls of magic and halls of war, I'll let you read about those ones yourself. I don't even have those two. I never even got around to getting those two, so I mean there is stuff in there which is useful, but like I say, the first three would be those, I would say. But in the end, it's entirely up to you, and the best thing you can do is read them all up and decide what you want for your god. Now if you're trying to get your hands on stims, because obviously you can skip missions and do other things with them, if you go to Aeon, go to Adventure, and then it will be, let me think, it's this one. If you go to Thea and Wasteland, when you first do, say, Wasteland, defending the Warden's camps, or you do Eternus, the Worm, each week after the reset, when you first do those missions, you'll get a pink chest or a purple chest. One from the Wardens, one from the Eternus. It does jump around a bit. We used to get more chests for certain ones, but it seems to be only one at the moment. But again, that might change. And the same with Thea. If you do these missions here, if you do these three missions, Kyrax, Battle for Resources, and Defensive Mining Station, you will get a chest for each of these. But also, if you complete helping the Legion for that week, you'll also get a chest along with 4 of the blue chests, which will just give you some credit, knowledge, that kind of thing. Now those purple chests, they won't necessarily have, I don't have any in my bag at the moment, but the ones that these make, they won't necessarily have stims in them. It's a chance. You might get knowledge, you might get credits, or you might get some stims. If you get the stims, it's normally 12 stims you'll get. So it's worth doing those missions if you're trying to collect stims to clear missions and that. That is one way you can get them without having to buy them. And there is one other place that you can get those chests that stand a chance of getting stims. And if we go back to here, here. This mission down here in the bottom, this is that new invasion island or region that they put in for each invasion. We'll actually just jump in here. It's the easiest way to show you. But each week it obviously resets, and you'll get a whole load of little missions to do running around the island. So when you come here, you'll spawn in here on this particular map, or not. When the map changes, obviously it's going to be a different place. And on this one, what you're looking for is, if you go on your map, you can't see it on mine, but it'll be here on this one. There'll be a yellow ring, and that yellow ring will be her down there, or whoever else you've got to speak to on that particular map. And you come up to her, and you speak to her, and you just go through all the rubbish stuff. And when you finish the conversation, your mission thing on the right will activate. Now, on the top right, it'll have how much percentage. This one you're not going to see because I've done it. But you'll have a percentage on the top right when you complete stuff. The missions you're doing is the purple ones at the bottom, so it'd be destroy erosion cores. Once you've destroyed 10 of those, you'll get, I can't remember what it is, 1 or 2 to 10%, depending on the mission, it'll clear. And once you get to 100% at the top, you'll have accomplished it. Once you hit that 100%, you'll get 4 purple chests. And those purple chests, hopefully, may have some stims in. If not, you'll get a load of knowledge and a load of credits out of them. And it's well worth doing. This can be... This one, it takes a while to do, put it that way, unless you've got a whole load of god modes up. This thing in front of us, you see, when you destroy that, if you can destroy that, that'll give you a percentage as well. You won't be able to see it on here, but it'll give you like 1% for destroying those. Now those are all around the map. So you can actually run around the map destroying those, getting 1% each time, and slowly but surely making your way through, or completing your 100%. But when the big missions come up around the map as well, jump on those, they'll give you a percentage as well. You don't just have to do the ones in the purple. If there's the big boss fights come up or destroy these things, as long as they're completed, everybody manages to complete them, you will get a nice percentage knocked off your, or added to your amount you need to collect. So like I say, once you hit 100%, you'll get 4 chests, which hopefully may have some stims. But if not, you will get knowledge and credit. So hopefully some of these tips will prove useful to some players. And the other thing you'll have to bear in mind is obviously they do change a lot around in this game quite often. So some of the tips may no longer be tips in the future. And if you want one of these, you'll have to wait till the Christmas event. That's when they normally turn up, but I will cover that nearer the time.